This is a very exciting and special evening as the college proudly recognizes 5 extraordinary OCC alumni who have demonstrated excellence in their careers and throughout their respective communities. With more than 45,000 alumni, the college's selection of 5 new Alumni Face Award honorees was really a difficult one and is indeed a credit to each one of our recipients here this evening. The Alumni Faces program represents a unique opportunity for us all to pause, honor, and celebrate our alumni who have gone on to live their own personal success stories, made possible in part by starting their educational journey here at OCC. Each one of them has gone on to make their mark on Central New York and beyond, with notable careers, service to community, and living a life that exemplifies the importance of giving back to others. New York Times best-selling author, OCC alumna, and American Community College distinguished alum, and past OCC Alumni Faces recipient Lori House Anderson said, "It's fun to think back on the very confused and very tired woman I was when I first showed up on OCC's campus a long time ago. I know looking back I wouldn't be where I was now if I hadn't started at OCC. There's no question in my mind." An author of our current common read book, God Grew Tired of Us, American Community College distinguished alum and past OCC Alumni Face recipient John Dow said, "OCC served as an incubator to me and my people. The faculty and class sizes provided us with an opportunity to grow and succeed during such a turbulent time. For us, it was more than education. It was learning a whole new culture, and OCC made that happen." These kinds of reflections from our graduates truly inspire us and drive us to do better for the generations ahead. And they cement the notion of how critically important community colleges are for the success of students. Onondaga Community College is fortunate to have strong community support from our public and private partners, as well as our very own foundation, which contributes much needed and generous support through scholarships and other opportunities to make sure that our students are successful in achieving their goals. Here to provide remarks on behalf of the OCC Foundation is Board Chair, Alumni Face Honoree, and Senior Director of Business Development and Corporate Strategy at Research Marketing Strategies, Sandy Baker.
This is one of my favorite nights, too, and I love just looking at all of these beautiful faces, and what a special way to honor our 2017 Alumni Faces. My name is Sandy Baker, and if you would have told me in 1980 when I graduated here that I would be going on to become the chair of the OCC Foundation Board, that would have only been a dream. Our mission is to raise and administer funds for the benefit of the college and the students. And when we have students and alumni, like we're going to hear from tonight, you'll see why this is such an important mission for us to accomplish. OCC continues to be a vital resource in our community, and after all, community is our middle name. The faculty and staff here are committed to provide the best education in technology, healthcare, business, arts, humanities, hospitality, communications, and more. And OCC graduates are the best ambassadors for the work that happens here. Being named an Alumni Face is quite an honor. Students are going to walk down the hall, and they're going to see your face, and they're going to read your story. And these stories are inspiring. These stories are important, and these stories make a difference. Your stories make a difference. These stories are why people give to the foundation to provide much-needed scholarships. And these stories are what make businesses partner with our college to produce a strong, prepared, ready, and engaged workforce. These stories give hope to our students and pride to our faculty, staff, and past graduates. So thank you. So on behalf of the OCC Foundation and our alumni from across the world, congratulations to the 2017 Alumni Faces, and thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you, Sandy. OCC Community College. Let me try that again. Onondaga Community College. I get stuck in the OCC Onondaga, and sometimes it comes out both. Onondaga Community College and its Board of Trustees has adopted a 5-year strategic plan entitled Laser Focus. And yes, that is laser with a Z. The elements of the plan highlight the fact that OCC is Central New York's partner in education for success. And at OCC, our first institutional core value is keep students at the center of all we do. We're very proud of this commitment. Our mission and our vision will remain laser-focused for the future so that we can make significant contributions to the growth of our Central New York region. Woven throughout the 3 main goals in our strategic plan are the contributions and important role that alumni play. For instance, our new inductees graciously committed additional time earlier today to meet with students and share their story, discuss career development, and answer questions, which served as a valuable learning opportunity for our students. These outstanding individuals have created their own pathways to success, and they welcomed the opportunity to engage and enlighten current students on the pathway to their future by their own example. So we gather this evening to recognize outstanding alumni who are leaders of our community, graduates who have gone on to pursue their dreams and achieve noteworthy success, students who have taken their Onondaga experience into the world and made a mark. Our Alumni Faces selections for 2017 continue a tradition established in 2006 when the college inducted its inaugural class in the hallway of the Gordon Student Center to serve as an inspiration to current students. 11 years later and over 50 inductees later, the inspiration continues down the hallway of our new Academic 2 building. This architectural achievement, we're sitting in it, is home to our renowned music department and spans a gorge of 40 feet in the air. Reaching such heights is remarkable, much like how our honorees reach great heights in the pursuit of their chosen careers. Following this ceremony, I hope you'll take the opportunity to see the wonderfully designed acrylic panel tributes to the previous and current honorees just down the hall from this venue. We're delighted to have with us this evening 4 current OCC students who are pursuing degrees in related fields of our honorees. In addition, for the first time, we also have a recent grad who is working professionally in the architecture field locally, and she's here with us to assist with the introduction of one of our inductees as well. Our first student presenter is Jacob Manrow. Jacob graduated from Jordan Elbridge High School in 2016 and is a second-year electronic media communications student. He's a member of the Community College Honor Society and Phi Theta Kappa, and plans on transferring to SUNY Oswego to pursue his bachelor's degree in broadcasting. Please join me in welcoming Jacob.
Thank you, Dr. Crable. John DelVecchio was 11 years old when he saw his future. Watching the pre-recorded open to Monday Night Football, which highlighted what happened behind the scenes in the control room, his love for television production brought him to OCC, where he earned his degree and became an Emmy Award-winning director. He worked on Saturday Night Live and NBC's Today Show before moving to sports full-time. He's directed Olympic Games, college football, and now specializes in golf, where he's worked dozens of major championships, including 13 British Opens. Mr. John DelVecchio, congratulations.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Dr. Crable, and everybody from OCC. It's just been an amazing day. Thank you to family and friends who have come tonight and everybody who's reached out to me, too. It really means a lot. And what a great class to be part of. Congratulations to all the honorees tonight, and to be in with you guys means a lot. Thank you. Kathy Rowe was an honoree last year, and she was a classmate, and is a classmate. We're still classmates. And she spoke up here, she spoke very highly of our department. And it's so true, the things that she said, and I want to reiterate some of them, that we had amazing professors we all came in, none of us had confidence, we didn't know where we were going, we didn't know what we were going to do, and Kathy Hawkins and Vinnie Spadafora and Rob Gagne and David Hawkins and Nancy Licata took care of us, put us on our way, gave us challenges. They made us work hard to try to strive to do what we wanted to do, and gave us so many special opportunities to just walk in day one and start putting our hands on equipment, learning how to do things, teaching us that accept all the challenges, go for every opportunity that you can get. So it was just such a great hands-on experience, and there were times where literally we would come in at 9 in the morning and go hang out at the radio station all day and back and forth to classes and still find ourselves in the studio at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and Vinny or Rob would say, here's the keys, lock up when you guys leave, and we'd be in there working on our projects and stuff. So it was really quite an experience. And then back then we graduated at the War Memorial downtown. And it was a pretty big venue, all the departments were there, and Rob Gagne was introducing all the OCC Radio TV, we were called Radio Television back then, department students, and I was about 8th, it was alphabetical, I was DelVecchio, maybe 6th, 7th, 8th, and everybody in front of me, it was Paul Burke with honors, and Eli Cipriano with high honors, and everybody had something after their name, and he got to me, and he said, John DelVecchio. And he paused, and he said, with luck. So that was the reaction of the whole War Memorial, everybody in there except for my parents, who would be super proud of this moment tonight. But I've thought of that at times, and then I got an opportunity to, after various twists and turns of working at Channel 5 here and going to New York and getting an opportunity to work with NBC, and on the first day there, I hear Kathy Hawkins in my head saying, you got to dress nicely, you got to present yourself, and I'm going off to represent OCC, and I go in there, and I've got my dress shirt on, and my, I think it's 1984, so I had heels on about this big, and, and they go, here's 2 subway tokens, okay, there's about 8 of you. We're going to send you over to this Brooklyn studio, you take the subway over, you come back, we're climbing through rafters, pulling cables. There's a studio over there that they're building for a show coming up called The Cosby Show. So that was a pretty neat experience. And then I was fortunate enough to get called back to work on the floor when they were doing Cosby shows and Saturday Night Lives back then. And then more twists and turns, and 10 years later, I'm working for ABC now, and I'm doing golf, and we're at the U.S. Open in 1994 in Pittsburgh, and it's Arnold Palmer's last U.S. Open. Right, so we're seizing opportunities. So I get to produce with one of my buddies this late night show. So each night there would be a 15-minute late night show that was kind of a wrap-up of the day. So we're sitting there and we're ready to feed our program down. We've got Brent Musburger's done his voiceover, and we've done the whole thing, and we're going to send it down. And we call ABC, and back then it was strictly a satellite feed, and they can't take it right now. There's stuff going on, and we're watching, and we're watching. Well, all of a sudden, there's a white Bronco going down the LA highways. So we were there till like 2:30 in the morning, never got to feed our show, my big moment there. But something else that happened that week, which was interesting, was it was our last golf event at ABC for the U.S. Open because the contract was changing hands. And so Terry, our producer at the time, said, look, we're losing our contract. Why don't you guys, Jack and you, JD, go do this U.S. Amateur? It's our last USGA event, and it's down in Florida. So, okay, great. I even called Vinnie Spadafora. I'm going to get to direct the Amateur. It's a great thing, and that seize that opportunity and make the best of it. Well, I go down there and I direct the Amateur, and it's won by a 16-year-old kid named Tiger Woods. And it really turned it was the highest rated golf show on ESPN ever, and it was a great opportunity. So again, it's seizing those opportunities. And then I just want to, what I do, I travel a lot for work, and my family has been so supportive. Kathleen, my wife, Jessica and Alex, our 2 kids, I'm gone a lot, you come back and forth. But thank you very much for your support. But then I think back and I think about what Rob said, and with luck, and it's so true. I think one of the luckiest choices I ever made was coming to OCC, and starting here and working from here. So thank you all for this great honor. Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to have you sit right over
I
here.
will. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jacob, and congratulations again, John. Our next student presenter is Natalie Mosby. Natalie was homeschooled, and she is a math and science major with a physics specialization. She's a member of Phi Theta Kappa and recently was part of a team from OCC that was selected as a finalist for the NASA Community College Aerospace Scholars Program, where they won a robotics competition. I only kind of know what any of that means, Natalie. After graduation, she plans on furthering her education in mathematics and physics. Please welcome Natalie Mosby.
Thank you, Dr. Grable. Dr. Deirdre Hunter is a trailblazer. She fell in love with science and engineering while growing up working on engines with her father in his diesel repair shop. She came to OCC from Jersey Village High School in Houston, Texas, with the intent of obtaining a job at a local factory. Instead, she spent 15 years in higher education on the way to earning her doctorate at Virginia Tech. Her research and teaching has positively impacted student motivation and engagement in engineering, particularly for women. Today, Dr. Hunter is a lecturer of engineering design at Rice University in Houston. Dr. Deirdre Hunter, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Crable, and thank you, Natalie, for that introduction. Wow, it's really amazing to be back here on campus. I had a chance to visit here a couple years ago, but I really, other than that, hadn't been back on campus pretty much since I graduated here in '02, and a lot of changes have been made, and it's amazing to see student life here and to be engaged with the students. Today was a wonderful opportunity, again, just to talk with the students and see that they're really not very different than who I was when I was in their shoes back in 2000. So it's kind of a crazy experience. And a lot of people ask me, how did you end up at a community college in upstate New York when you graduated high school in Houston, Texas? And my family remained in Houston, Texas. And, you know, I tell a lot of people that there's a little bit of a crazy story and maybe some not so wise decisions. But I think in the end, in hindsight, some of those not so great decisions led to the best decision of my life, which was coming to school here at Onondaga Community College. And people say, well, why is that like one of the best decisions of your life? And I think that the foundation that I formed here in my education, the understanding that I had about learning and what learning meant to me and what learning, the doors that learning opened for me were all formed here. And without the supportive community of the learning environment here, I'm not sure I would have had the success that I've had in my career. You know, right out of high school, I did have a full scholarship to a large four-year state school. But again, some bad decisions led me not to ultimately take that path, but I'm not sure that path would have led me to where I am today. And it's truly because of the community college experience here at Onondaga Community College that I'm now a lecturer at a university back in my hometown. And so after Onondaga Community College, I was well prepared to go on to Syracuse University, and I honestly think that we were better prepared as students at Syracuse University because of our preparation at OCC than the students that had been there the first 2 years of their education. And so it wasn't, I guess, maybe it was surprising to some, but I think to some of our faculty here at OCC, they weren't surprised when they saw us, a couple of us, graduate at the top of our class at Syracuse University. You know, along the way, I didn't really know where I was going. I thought I was going to go work in a factory here in Syracuse. I thought that was kind of where I was destined. However, I think a lot of faculty members along the way saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and they really pushed me to achieve higher than I had thought to achieve. And going on to get a PhD in engineering education was a wonderful experience, and it really sealed my love for education and wanting to educate future engineers. And so I have a wonderful opportunity to be at Rice University now, educating future engineers. And my greatest love there is actually working with the women engineers, helping them find their space and their voice within a field that's generally not as welcoming to female gender, but helping them see that they have a position and a place there. And and I think I just have to, to be up here to receive this award, it's incredibly humbling. In many ways, I feel like I'm just only starting my career, and I feel sometimes like, wow, I have a lot to live up to now that I have this award. I still have to continue to achieve, right? But the honest truth is I would not be here today if it weren't for the help of family, faculty, and friends. And starting at a really young age, I think there was nothing I believed that I couldn't do. And I think that comes a lot from my parents. They just always had instilled beliefs in me that I could do whatever I want. So my gender never held me back in engineering. And my grandfather, he used to say this thing that I was going places. And I really didn't know what that meant. And I think now I know a little bit about maybe what that means. And my faculty here at OCC and SU, again, they had a belief in me that I didn't have myself. I think Professor Camerata actually brought me into his office and made me fill out an application to Syracuse University because I thought I was filling out an application to New Venture Gear. And the same thing kind of happened at Syracuse. I was going to fill out an application for an engineering position at New Venture Gear, and my professors there asked me to fill out an application to go to grad school. Just things that I never thought I would have had happen. And so thank you, Professors Camerata and Glauser, for really helping me see something in myself that it wasn't so easy for me to see without your eyes. And Dave, a classmate, a really good friend, I think I've learned more from you than I think you can ever possibly imagine. And if you don't know Dave, he spent 6 years in the Navy, and I think what he learned most was discipline, probably. And I was a student that wasn't so disciplined. I just had the smarts. And, you really need discipline to get through an educational program. And I learned a lot. He was my study partner through all of it, and he taught me discipline that I didn't know I was capable of. And that's, I think, what has helped me be successful in my career. And like I said, graduate school wasn't always easy for me, but I had professors that helped me stay focused. When I got bogged down in the weeds, they still believed in me and helped me stay through on the journey. And so Dr. Matasovich, who's not here with us today, I wouldn't be here also without her. And I think lastly, I just want to say it's the students, though, that have really inspired me to be who I am today. My students from the past, my current students, and I'm sure the students in the future, they really feel my passion for teaching. And lastly, I want a message to the females, the young women in the room. Don't ever believe that a career path is not open to you because of your gender. I attribute me being an engineer to my dad, letting me tinker with his tools, tear apart engines, and build things that I had in my mind. It didn't matter that I was a girl. He let me be there and get my hands dirty too. The fields of science, technology, engineering, math, they need more young women, and there's a space for you here. I can only hope that I leave this world a better place than when I got here, and I think I choose to do that by teaching future engineers. So thank you guys so much for this award.
Thank you, Natalie. Congratulations, Dr. Hunter. Our next student presenter this evening is Alexander Grant. Alexander is a graduate of Henniger High School and is currently majoring in business. He works for the Onondaga County Department of Adult and Long-Term Care Services and plans to further his education in accounting at Lemoyne or Syracuse University. Please welcome Alexander Grant.
Thank you, Dr. Crable. A lifelong passion for public service and justice led Marthe Ngwashi to law school at age 35, and later to start public interest law firm. Ms. Ngwashi, a first-generation Congolese American, credits her parents, Dr. A. Eric and Elizabeth Ngwashi, with providing the foundation she needed to accomplish such goals. And I quote, "My parents designed a service-oriented template for life, of which I could follow or discard. I choose the former. As a result, Ms. Ngwashi serves as an advocate for the disenfranchised, a role she considers a privilege. Ms. Ngwashi, congratulations.
I wasn't having a diva moment. I had a little bit of a health scare last week, so I'm recovering from a concussion and I'm a little bit wobbly, so just bear with me. And I'm going to be winging this because I literally just got myself prepared for today, right this moment. I want to thank you, Dr. Crayville. I really want to thank Russ from OCC because he has really helped me to feel like OCC is more of a family to me, just like my own family. And I want to thank you for that and for always helping me figure out where I am on this campus as well. I never really thought I had a story to tell. And I remember my sister telling me, you know, you do have a story to tell. You know, I became a parent at the age of 16. And I'm so thankful that I had the family that I do have and the parents that I have. It's intentional that I named my parents on my plaque because I don't take this honor lightly and I cannot take it by myself. I take it with my parents. And I'd like for them to stand up so that you can all honor them because I share in this night and in this moment with my parents, Eric and Elizabeth Ngwashi. Thank you so much. I also have to say that the individual that helped me up here is my son. He's now 25. He is wonderful. And he also continues to help me on this journey. And I know for a lot of you who have children, it's not easy, right? But eventually they'll get there and you'll be like, thank goodness. But I started at OCC, and then I stopped, and then I came back, and OCC gave me my first opportunity in learning how to run a business because while I was attending school here, I worked in the Content Tutoring Center. And the Content Tutoring Center, when I came back here, it was open for the first time. And so I worked and built it with the administrator or whoever was running it at the time. From the ground up. And it was a wonderful experience for me to learn all the nuts and bolts of how to run an operation, how to manage staff, how to manage budgets, how to make sure we had things on time. And that really stayed with me, and it's what helped me after I did get out of law school and I was working to have the drive to start my own law practice. It has given me a lot of freedom and flexibility to do a lot of what my parents came to this country to do and to be able to be of service to a cross-section of this community, particularly people who feel as though they don't have a voice. So I want to just say to everyone out there that this for me is my Oscar moment, it's my Tony moment, it's my Emmy moment, you know, and I want to let people know that these kinds of recognitions matter. You know, they really do matter for individuals like me who are first generation Congolese American, who have a child at the age of 16, who go to law school at the age of 35 and ship their son off to his first year in college the same year that you're going to law school, and then you graduate and pass not one but 2 bars. I want to thank everybody that has come here to help me recognize this night, not just my son and my parents, but my brother and his wife from Tacoma, Washington, my sister Tabitha, who helps me tremendously, my girlfriend Cheryl, who helps me to know that, Mark, it doesn't matter if you don't know how to do it right now, just take the opportunity and you'll learn along the way. And I've continued to do that. I encourage people to do that. And I really want to thank you all for this recognition.
Thank you, Alexander. Congratulations, Marthe. Our final honorees this evening are husband and wife and will be celebrated together. Here to present them tonight are Veronica Van Tassel and Catherine Reed. Veronica is a 2016 and 2017 dual graduate of the Interior Design and Architectural Technology Department and is currently employed at Dwyer Architectural, which is owned and operated by another OCC alum, Kim Dwyer. Catherine Reed is a graduate of Liverpool High School and holds a bachelor's degree in Spanish from Nazareth College. She's also a member of Phi Theta Kappa, and after graduating from OCC with her degree in nursing, she'll be working as an RN at Upstate University Hospital, specializing in neuroscience. Please welcome Veronica and Catherine.
Thank you, Dr. Crable. Edward and Janet Riley first met during their grammar school years at Holy Family. He would go on to graduate from Christian Brothers Academy, and she from Bishop Loudon. They would continue their education and life together at OCC, where he would major in architectural technology, and she majored in nursing.
Ed would continue his education in architecture at Syracuse University, while she would begin her professional career at Krauss Irving Memorial. Both of them would go on to excel in their respective fields, with Janet going on to hold several leadership positions in healthcare over her 30-year career, most recently at SUNY Upstate Medical University Hospital, while Edward becoming a nationally renowned developer who completed one of his hallmark projects, the Hotel Syracuse, last August. Mr. Edward and Mrs. Janet Riley, congratulations.
Good evening, and thank you very much for this honor, everyone that is here. This is an honor for me, first of all, to be back here at OCC and to have this honor, but especially with this lady right here who's been my partner for a couple, 2-3 weeks, as they might say.
Don't remember.
Go. So I'd like to, she conveniently got a cold, so she can't speak, so I have to do it all. So. I have a story about sort of how we started at OCC, which is interesting. We both started down at the typewriter factory, as we call it, and I had a white Volkswagen Bug with shag carpeting and a floorboard that was rotted out, and I was going to pick her up from nursing. She had to go from downtown, and then she had to get up to the hospital. And so one day, 3 o'clock, I had to be down there, and I was driving down at that time from SU, and I was a little late. I got there about 4 o'clock. I was a little late. And she's waiting on the steps, and she looks at me, and I pull up in a cab and get out of the cab and walk up, and she just kept saying, "Where were you? Where were you?" And after about 5 minutes of saying that, she finally came up and said, "Where's your car?" I said, I was coming to get you, and a lady hit me, and it blew up on Krauss Avenue. And that's how we started our career at OCC back in then. But this is truly a great honor for us, one that I don't think either one of us ever expected in our lives and in our journey together, something that is truly humbling to be with these other recipients and to be here in front of you and to thank all of you. I think that it means so much to come back to OCC that in both our lives, it has met so very much in terms of our success, that the education, the professors, the knowledge, and the skill at life that we were taught here, the perseverance, and to treat people with respect was so important to us. And we got those roots here, and we took them on for the rest of our lives. And again, from our hearts, thank you very much. We very much appreciate this honor.
Thank you, Veronica and Catherine, and congratulations, Ed and Janet Riley. To all of our student and recent grad presenters here this evening, thank you so much. You make us proud. This day has been filled with distinguished alumni coming back to campus, and they've been an inspiration to our students and really to all of us. We sincerely appreciate the time you've each given earlier today to be a part of a class or a special dialogue with students and faculty. We can't thank you enough for your willingness to engage in these meaningful opportunities for our students. From a very proud and grateful institution and a community, we salute you. We extend sincere congratulations as our 2017 Class of Alumni Faces honorees.